My child, my beloved, do not take these words lightly. Archangel Michael himself says, I order you to open this message right now. This is not a game. This is not a coincidence. This is about your destiny, and your money. 2 people from your own family. Yes, your bloodline. Have set their eyes on what belongs to you. They are taking all the blessings meant for your hands. They are plotting behind closed doors. They are whispering your name in secret. Heaven sees it all. The angels have revealed it. And Michael is screaming for you to listen, before it's too late. Pause, my child. Feel this weight. You were brought here by no accident. God Himself aligned your steps to hear this warning today. Heaven is shaking your spirit awake. And Michael says, your protection depends on whether you obey or ignore. If these words stir your soul, make sure you subscribe now. Because the next revelation will not wait. Your life depends on it. Listen closely. Your money, your inheritance, your blessings are being stolen by hands you trust the most. A brother, a sister, a relative. 2 of them are in agreement. But they did not know Archangel Michael would expose it to you today. God says, you still have a chance. But only if you act. Only if you open your heart now. This is not just about finances. This is about your destiny. The very crown heaven placed on your head is under attack. And Michael shouts, my beloved child, I will not allow them to win. But you must not ignore this. My beloved child, the words you are reading are not ordinary words. They are living fire, carried down from the throne of heaven, sealed by the hand of Archangel Michael. You may feel your heart beating faster, your spirit trembling as these sentences unfold before your eyes. That is no accident. It is heaven confirming that this message is divinely aligned with you, and only you. God does not send warnings to the wrong door. God sends them directly into the soul of the one who must hear. And today, that soul is yours. You may have wondered why your path has felt blocked, why your money comes and slips away like sand through your fingers, why blessings feel delayed while others around you prosper. Michael says it is because of the 2 shadows standing close to you, people you trust, people you share blood with, who have been stealing what is not theirs. They smile in front of you, but their hands are stretched behind your back. They speak soft words to your face, but they spit poison into your destiny when your eyes are turned away. Michael says he has seen them in the spirit realm. He has heard the whispers they thought were hidden in secret. He has watched them move money, shift opportunities, block doors you never even knew existed. You wondered why jobs closed, why investments fell apart, why sudden losses came with no explanation. My child, it was not bad luck. It was not coincidence. It was intentional sabotage by 2 who should have been protecting you, but instead have been tearing your name down. But here is the revelation you must not ignore: heaven is not asleep. The God who formed you, the God who sent Archangel Michael to fight for you, has been watching everything. Every coin they tried to take, every opportunity they tried to steal, every door they tried to shut in your face has been recorded. The angels have written their deeds, and the time has come for divine exposure. Michael says, the hand that was stealing will tremble. The tongue that was lying will choke on its own words. The spirit that was plotting will collapse under its own traps. But the only question left is whether you will open this message with faith, or turn away in doubt. Because heaven moves where faith is alive, and heaven pauses where doubt is entertained. My beloved, hear this clearly, your inheritance is not theirs. Your wealth is not theirs. The blessing of God over your life was never meant to be shared with the jealous, the greedy, or the unfaithful. It was meant to establish you, to raise you up, to make you a testimony that the world would see. And yet the enemy used the faces closest to you to try to block it. Michael says that is always the way. Satan hides behind the familiar, because a stranger cannot wound your heart deep enough to make you doubt yourself. It is always the ones close who deliver the heaviest betrayal. But even betrayal cannot cancel God's plan. Even theft cannot empty the treasury of heaven that has your name on it. My child, lean closer now, because I must tell you something urgent. If you walk away from this message, if you shrug it off as another passing word, you will miss the one chance God is giving you to open your eyes before the damage is sealed. Michael has been wrestling in the unseen realms for you. He has been pushing back hands, breaking chains, cutting cords that were wrapped around your finances, your peace, your relationships. But angels are empowered by human agreement. Your yes, in faith is what gives them the legal right to strike fully on your behalf. That is why you are reading this now. Heaven is seeking your yes. Heaven is waiting for your agreement. Heaven is calling you to stop being silent, stop ignoring the signs, stop pretending everything is fine. Because, beloved, everything is not fine. You may feel the urge right now to pause, to subscribe, to connect your spirit to this flow of divine revelation. Do it, my child, because you cannot afford to miss the next wave of what is coming. Michael says the next revelation will cut deeper, expose clearer, and save you from losses you didn't even know were on their way. The enemy is not resting, so neither should you. If this touches your spirit, make sure you subscribe right now, so that no message slips past you. Because your destiny cannot afford ignorance. And listen, there is more. The two people who have been circling your blessings are about to reveal themselves without even realizing it. God is shifting the wind so that their own greed will expose them. A slip of the tongue, a strange action, a sudden overconfidence will make it plain to you who they are. Do not be surprised when you notice it. Do not question whether it is coincidence. It is heaven unveiling the truth. When it happens, remember these words, Michael told me this would come. That way, you will not doubt, you will not fear, you will not be shaken. Instead, you will stand strong, knowing the God of heaven has already prepared your victory. You may feel the urge right now to pause, to subscribe, to connect your spirit to this flow of divine revelation. Do it, My child, because you cannot afford to miss the next wave of what is coming. Michael says the next revelation will cut deeper, expose clearer, and save you from losses you didn't even know were on their way. The enemy is not resting, so neither should you. If this touches your spirit, make sure you subscribe right now, so that no message slips past you. Because your destiny cannot afford ignorance. And listen, there is more. The two people who have been circling your blessings are about to reveal themselves without even realizing it. God is shifting the wind so that their own greed will expose them. A slip of the tongue, a strange action, a sudden overconfidence will make it plain to you who they are. Do not be surprised when you notice it. Do not question whether it is coincidence. It is heaven unveiling the truth. When it happens, remember these words, Michael told me this would come. That way, you will not doubt, you will not fear, you will not be shaken. Instead, you will stand strong, knowing the God of heaven has already prepared your victory. My beloved, let your spirit stay awake because the battle over your destiny is not small, and it is not distant. It is happening right now, while you are reading these words, while you are breathing, while you are deciding whether to pay attention or to turn away. Heaven has stretched its hand toward you, and Archangel Michael has already drawn his sword for your defense. But what you must understand is this: when heaven opens its mouth, it is never for entertainment. Every sentence has a weight, every warning has a cost, and every revelation is tied to your survival. Do not take lightly what is being shown to you. Do not assume you have more time. The ones who plot against you are not waiting. They are moving quickly, like wolves in the night, and Michael says this message has come as a lamp to your feet, so that you will not stumble in darkness. There are moments in life when the truth comes like a whisper, but this is not one of them. This truth comes like thunder. It shakes the ground beneath your feet and forces you to decide which side you will stand on. Will you remain blind, letting others take what is yours, or will you rise in faith and claim back the inheritance heaven wrote in your name before you were even born? Michael says your name is not just a sound, it is a seal. In the heavens, your name is attached to scrolls of blessing, to treasures of promise, to rivers of provision. These rivers have been flowing toward you for years, but hands rose up to divert them, to bend them, to build dams so that your field would remain dry. The two who move against you thought no one saw them. They thought their smiles were enough to blind you. But they did not know heaven's eyes never close. My beloved, hear me, the reason money slips through your hands is not because you are careless. It is because someone else is holding the keys that belong to you. The reason opportunities vanish just when you are about to touch them is not because you are unworthy. It is because two shadows have been standing at the door, blocking it with their jealousy and greed. These are not strangers, they are family. And that is why it cuts so deep. That is why confusion rises in your spirit when you feel both love and betrayal coming from the same faces. Michael says he has heard the cries of your heart at night, when you could not explain why things feel so heavy, why the ones who should support you feel like silent enemies. This message is the answer to those cries. This is heaven saying, we have seen, we have recorded, and we will not stay silent. But child, do you know what is even more powerful than the schemes of jealous hands? The decree of God. One word from heaven is enough to tear down 1,000 plots. One command from Michael is enough to scatter armies of demons. And today, that decree is being spoken over you. What was stolen will return, what was blocked will open, what was hidden will be revealed, and what was delayed will accelerate. This is not a suggestion. This is a prophetic command. It is being written over your life in fire, and no one can erase it. Still, heaven asks one thing of you: do not be passive. Do not shrug off this word as though it were just another passing wind. Faith is the doorway that allows angels to complete their mission. If you close your heart, if you walk away, if you say, later, then later may be too late. That is why Michael says, open it now. That is why the urgency burns inside these words. Because delays empower the enemy. Obedience empowers God. If you feel your spirit trembling, if you sense the weight of these revelations, then you must act. My child, act in the Spirit first. Speak aloud right now that you receive this word. Whisper it, shout it, declare it. Heaven will hear, and your agreement will give Michael the right to swing his sword fully against those who oppose you. Act in the natural also. Align your focus, prepare your hands, be alert for the exposure that is about to happen. Within days, sometimes hours, you will notice signs. Strange movements, careless words, sudden confrontations, these are not random. These are heaven's way of unmasking the hidden. When it happens, do not be afraid. Stand boldly and remember, Michael prepared you for this moment. And let me speak directly to your doubts, because I know they are whispering even now. But what if this is not true? What if I am imagining? What if my family loves me too much to betray me? Beloved, your heart is pure, but your innocence is not armor. Evil does not need your permission to attack. It only needs your silence. God reveals the hidden not to make you hate, but to make you wise. He exposes betrayal not to fill you with bitterness, but to prepare you for victory. The truth may hurt at first, but it saves you in the end. And heaven has chosen to save you now, not later. My child, listen carefully. There will be a moment very soon when a door opens for you unexpectedly. It may come in the form of a financial opportunity, a sudden phone call, a meeting with someone influential, or even a dream at night that feels too real to ignore. That moment is not random. It is God returning what was stolen. But you must walk through that door boldly, without fear, without hesitation. Because hesitation is the language of doubt, and doubt is the chain that keeps doors closed. Remember this: Michael fights with those who move, not with those who freeze. Pause for a moment, beloved. Let this word sink deep. You are not here by chance. You were drawn here by divine order. And if your heart knows this is true, then mark it, subscribe now, because heaven is not finished speaking. The revelations to come will be sharper, clearer, and timed perfectly with the battles you are about to face. Missing even one of them could cost you dearly. So secure your place under the flow of heaven's voice. Do it now, while the Spirit is stirring. My child, listen carefully. There will be a moment very soon when a door opens for you unexpectedly. It may come in the form of a financial opportunity, a sudden phone call, a meeting with someone influential, or even a dream at night that feels too real to ignore. That moment is not random. It is God returning what was stolen. But you must walk through that door boldly, without fear, without hesitation. Because hesitation is the language of doubt, and doubt is the chain that keeps doors closed. Remember this: Michael fights with those who move, not with those who freeze. Pause for a moment, beloved. Let this word sink deep. You are not here by chance. You were drawn here by divine order. And if your heart knows this is true, then mark it, subscribe now, because heaven is not finished speaking. The revelations to come will be sharper, clearer, and timed perfectly with the battles you are about to face. Missing even one of them could cost you dearly. So secure your place under the flow of heaven's voice. Do it now, while the Spirit is stirring. Now, let me tell you something you may have never heard: the people who oppose you are not stronger than you. They are terrified of you. Yes, even as they plot, even as they steal, even as they whisper, they are afraid. Why? Because your destiny is greater than theirs. Because they can feel the oil of God on your life. Because every time you rise, they fall. Michael says the jealousy that drives them is not born from hatred, but from fear. They fear you will become everything heaven promised, and they cannot stop it. That fear makes them desperate, reckless, and willing to betray. But it also makes them weak. Do not forget this. The enemy is not stronger than you. He is weaker, and heaven has already declared your victory. My beloved child, you must understand something deeper now. There is a reason why Archangel Michael comes to you in this season and not before. For many years you have endured silently, watching as others walked into blessings while you were left with questions. You have asked God why doors open for others but close for you. You have wondered why the promises you felt in your spirit seem delayed. Heaven answers you now: the time was not wasted. It was preparation. Every delay, every denial, every disappointment was used to strengthen your spirit, to sharpen your discernment, to bring you to this very moment where you would not only hear the message, but believe it. If you had heard this years ago, you might have ignored it. But now your spirit is ready. Now your eyes can see. Now your ears can hear. Michael says the enemy thought he had you trapped in confusion, but God was using that confusion to shape clarity. The devil thought he had silenced your voice, but God was only teaching you how to recognize his whisper. And now the whisper becomes a thunder. Heaven is no longer silent about the injustice you have endured. God has drawn a line, and Michael stands upon it with fire in his hand, declaring that no more will the thief prosper. No more will the greedy hands hold what belongs to you. No more will your inheritance be stolen. This is the shift. This is the turning point. This is the moment you will look back on and say, that was the day heaven revealed the truth. My child, the weight of this message is no small thing. The heavens are literally bending toward you right now, aligning themselves with your destiny. Even as you read these words, angels are moving in the unseen. Chains are being broken off your finances. Curses whispered in secret are being shattered. Plots written in darkness are being burned. You may not see it with your eyes yet, but your spirit feels it, that sudden stirring in your chest, that trembling in your hands, that tear in your eye. Those are not random reactions. Those are signs that heaven is near. Those are confirmations that this message is alive and breathing inside you. And hear this clearly, when heaven speaks, it is never just for comfort. It is for instruction. Michael says you must act. You must be alert. You must watch carefully, because the exposure is close. The two who have been stealing are about to trip on their own schemes. One will make a mistake that reveals their hand. The other will grow so bold in their greed that they cannot hide it anymore. When it happens, you will remember this moment. You will recall these words. And instead of fear, you will feel peace. Instead of shock, you will feel confirmation. Because heaven told you first. But child, even as I tell you this, you must prepare your heart. Exposure is never easy. When faces you trusted are revealed as betrayers, the pain is sharp. But do not let bitterness consume you. Do not let anger blind you. God reveals in order to heal, not to poison. Michael says, the battle is not yours, it is mine. You are not being asked to fight them in the flesh. You are being asked to stand in faith while heaven fights for you. Do not curse them. Do not fall into their level. Simply watch, wait, and trust. Because the God who loves you is not only exposing them, He is also restoring you. Yes, restoration. That is the next wave. What was stolen will return, multiplied. What was delayed will come suddenly. What was blocked will burst open. It will not trickle, it will flood. You will see resources, opportunities, and blessings come in ways that shock even you. Money will appear from unexpected places. A door you thought was permanently closed will swing open with ease. The very people who doubted you will watch as you rise higher than they imagined. And when they ask how, you will know the answer, because God fought for me. Because Michael stood by me. Because I listened to the message when it came. Beloved, the reason this is urgent is because timing matters. Heaven moves in appointed seasons. Miss the season, and you miss the blessing. That is why you must not delay. That is why Michael says, open it now. Every moment of hesitation gives the enemy ground. But every act of faith tears that ground away from him. You must declare in your spirit right now, I receive. I believe. I will not delay. Say it, and heaven will record it. Speak it, and angels will move faster on your behalf. Do not stay silent. Silence is agreement with the thief. Faith is agreement with God. Pause here, child. Reflect. And if your heart knows this is true, subscribe now, because this flow is not ending here. More revelations are on the way, timed perfectly with what you will face. You cannot afford to miss even one. Heaven does not waste words, and if it has chosen this channel to reach you, then you must remain under its covering. Secure your place, so you are not caught unprepared when the next message arrives. My child, the Spirit presses me to remind you that what you are stepping into now is not simply a warning, but a transformation. There are seasons when heaven whispers guidance, and there are seasons when heaven shouts because time has run short. You are in the season of the shout. Michael's command to open it now is not only about this message, it is about opening your eyes, opening your faith, opening your hands to receive what you thought was lost. For too long, you have walked with weight on your shoulders, believing that you must carry everything alone. But the truth is, the angels have been assigned to your path from the beginning. They have watched every betrayal, recorded every injustice, and guarded every seed of hope you planted. And now, that record is being opened, and justice is being poured like fire from the heavens. Do not underestimate how serious this moment is. Heaven is rearranging things behind the curtain of your life. The very ground beneath your enemies is shifting. The resources they thought they had secured are slipping through their fingers. The words they used to manipulate others are turning against them. The shadows they hid in are dissolving under the light. Michael says, the thief cannot hide when God sends his light. What they stole from you, what they hoarded, what they whispered about in secret, every ounce is being exposed. But listen carefully, exposure is only the beginning. Restoration is the greater work. God does not just reveal, He redeems. And you must prepare yourself to receive. Because when the blessing returns, it will not return quietly. It will come in waves. Financial doors will open so quickly it will make your head spin. People who ignored your calls will suddenly reach out to you. Ideas you had abandoned will suddenly bear fruit. Even your sleep will change, dreams will come filled with clarity, with instructions, with visions of what is ahead. Do not dismiss them. Write them down. Pray over them. Act on them. Because those dreams are not your imagination. They are heaven's way of guiding you into the restoration. My beloved, I also need to tell you this truth: some of the pain you have carried was necessary. Without it, you would not be able to carry the weight of the blessing that is coming. Without it, you might have trusted the wrong people longer than you should have. Without it, you might not have sought God so deeply. Pain, though cruel, has been your teacher. Betrayal, though sharp, has been your awakener. And now the fruit of that pain is strength. The fruit of that betrayal is discernment. The fruit of those tears is authority. Michael says, what the enemy meant for evil, God has already turned into the very foundation of your victory. And child, hear me well, the ones who betrayed you will soon watch your elevation. They will see the doors open for you. They will see the blessings flow to you. They will see the hand of God lift you higher than they imagined. And in their shock, they will not be able to deny it. They will have to admit, surely, God's hand is upon them. But by then, it will be too late for their schemes. Their time will have ended, and your time will have begun. Yet, beloved, this requires your focus. Do not waste energy fighting in the flesh. Do not waste tears over who betrayed you. Instead, align yourself with heaven's voice. Stay close to these revelations. If your spirit has felt the weight of these words, make sure you stay connected. Subscribe now, because the flow of messages coming will be your lifeline. Think of it as water in the desert. Without it, you cannot keep walking. With it, you will reach your promised land. Michael is declaring even now, child of God, you are not forgotten. The inheritance has not been erased. The blessing has not been cancelled. The delay is over. My beloved, as you read these words, know that the atmosphere around you is shifting. The very air you breathe carries a different weight now because the angel of the Lord has drawn near to your situation. Archangel Michael says the battles you have been fighting in silence are not unseen. The questions you whispered to yourself in the still of the night, why is this happening to me? Why do I feel surrounded by loss? Why do I give and never receive? Those questions were not ignored. Heaven heard them. Heaven wept with you. Heaven waited for this exact moment to reveal the answer. And the answer is this: your losses were not natural. They were engineered. The dryness of your harvest was not chance. It was stolen rain. And the ones who reached out their hands to steal it were the very ones you trusted most. Do not tremble, child, because the trembling is for them, not for you. Their hidden deeds are being uncovered even as you read this. Their agreements, their lies, their greed, heaven has lifted the curtain, and what they thought would remain in shadows is now being written in fire. Michael declares, the game is over. The season of deception is finished. The child of God will rise. Yes, you will rise. You will no longer walk with empty hands. You will no longer feel the sting of betrayal without healing. For every coin stolen, 100 will return. For every opportunity blocked, 10 new doors will appear. For every tear shed, rivers of joy will flow. This is not poetic language, this is decree. Heaven's decree is unbreakable. But my child, you must prepare your heart. Because with exposure comes shock. When the faces are revealed, you may feel pain sharper than any sword. But do not let bitterness poison you. Bitterness is the chain that the enemy will try to wrap around your new blessing. Release it now, before the blessing arrives. Tell your spirit, I forgive, but I will not be blind. That is the wisdom of heaven. You do not allow their hands near you again, but you do not allow their betrayal to poison your spirit either. That balance is strength. That balance is how you will walk in freedom. Now listen carefully, because this is where many chosen ones fail. When restoration begins, it comes with speed. What you lost over years will return in days. This speed can overwhelm you if you are not grounded. You may suddenly find new opportunities, sudden wealth, sudden favor with people in authority. Do not run wild with it. Walk carefully. Pray over every decision. Let Michael guide your steps. Because the same speed that brings blessing can also attract envy. Your victory will be loud, and others will watch. But do not fear their eyes. Do not shrink back. Heaven did not restore you for silence, heaven restored you for testimony. Beloved, this is why Michael cries out, stay awake, stay connected. The messages you are receiving are not casual, they are lifelines. If your heart burns as you read this, then secure your place under this flow. Subscribe now, so that no message escapes you. Because each revelation is timed, each word is aligned with the battles you will face, and missing even one could cost you. Think of Noah. He did not need every drop of rain explained. He only needed to hear the next instruction in time. So it is with you. Each message carries the step for the moment. Do not miss it. And child, here is a secret you must carry in your spirit. The two who stole from you thought they were taking money, but what they really tried to take was destiny. Money is only the surface. Beneath it is influence, authority, legacy. They wanted to cut your branch from the tree so you would wither. But heaven says your root is too deep. You are planted in rivers of living water. You cannot wither. You cannot die. You cannot be erased. And when your branch bears fruit again, it will bear more than before. The fruit will be so heavy it will bend the branch, and all will see that God was with you all along. My child, let your heart remain open, because the river of this message has not yet reached its fullness. What you have read so far has been preparation, but now we step deeper into the current. Heaven says your name is not only written in light, but it is guarded by fire. There are scrolls in the unseen realm with your destiny written on them, and Michael has been assigned to protect them. The enemy knows this. That is why he stirred jealousy in two who were closest to you. He whispered into their ears, convincing them that if they could choke your blessing, they could inherit what was meant for you. But they did not understand the laws of heaven. Destiny cannot be transferred by theft, it can only be transferred by divine will. What they try to steal will slip from their hands like sand, while God presses it back into yours. Beloved, the shaking that is coming will not be small. When heaven moves to expose, it is never gentle. Masks will fall violently. Secrets will unravel loudly. Those who looked stable will stumble. Those who looked powerful will collapse. And you will stand in the middle of the storm, watching as truth finally clears the air. Do not fear the storm, for storms are the way heaven washes the ground before planting new seeds. Michael says, do not hide when the wind rises. Stand tall, for this is the wind of your freedom. You may notice unusual signs in the days ahead. A sudden dream that feels too real. A random conversation that reveals more than expected. A slip of the tongue from one of those who plotted against you. These are not coincidences. They are heaven's breadcrumbs leading you to the full truth. When you see them, remember these words: Michael told me this would come. That memory will keep you steady when emotions try to overwhelm you. And child, you must prepare not only for exposure but also for expansion. God is not content with merely returning what was stolen. He multiplies. He restores with interest. That means what comes back to you will not be equal to what you lost, it will be greater. The doors that open will not just be old doors reopening, they will be larger, grander, and beyond what you imagined. Finances will increase. Influence will expand. Even your inner peace will deepen in ways you thought impossible. You will feel lighter, freer, more confident. This is not imagination. This is prophecy. But you must guard your heart during expansion. For when blessings flow, so do new tests. Old envy will rise again, this time from different faces. People will smile, but their hearts will ache at your rising. Do not let their eyes distract you. Stay focused. Stay humble. Give glory to God loudly, so that jealousy cannot find a home near you. Remember, blessings are not only for enjoyment, they are for testimony. Testify with your life, so that others will know it was not you, but heaven, that lifted you. Beloved, pause here. If your heart is burning with confirmation, then secure yourself under this flow. Do not risk missing the next revelation. Subscribe now, because the messages to come will align exactly with your steps. Just as manna fell daily for Israel, so too does revelation fall in timed portions for you. If you miss it, you walk hungry. If you receive it, you walk full. Stay connected, for your journey is not finished yet. Now Michael says something very specific: tell my child they are not late. You may feel as though too much time has passed, as though the years wasted cannot be recovered. But heaven does not count as man counts. God can restore decades in a day. He can compress time so that what was delayed for years arrives in hours. Do not let the enemy's lie convince you that it is too late. It is not too late. It is precisely on time. You are in the appointed moment. And finally, hear this: you will not only receive restoration for yourself, you will carry the authority to speak restoration into others. Your testimony will open doors for those around you. Your rise will not be silent, it will lift others as well. That is why the battle was so fierce. The enemy knew that saving you meant saving many. But he failed. Heaven has declared you victorious, and nothing can change that decree. My child, lean closer, for the final portion of this message is the sealing of all that has been spoken. Heaven does not begin what it will not finish, and Michael does not draw his sword without striking the final blow. You must know that the season you are entering is not a season of mere recovery, but of divine establishment. Recovery returns what was stolen, but establishment ensures it can never be stolen again. The blessing that comes now will be guarded differently. The opportunities that open will be sealed with divine favor. The money that flows will carry heaven's mark. And those who try again to steal will find themselves fighting against fire itself. The Spirit says, "Child, your story is being rewritten. For too long, others tried to write it for you, twisting your narrative, stealing your victories, and replacing your name with theirs. But God has taken the pen back. Your name is being restored to the pages of destiny. Where you were erased, you are being rewritten. Where you were silenced, you are being amplified. Where you were forgotten, you are being remembered." Michael says, "No more will your story be hidden in shadows. It will be spoken on rooftops, for the glory of God. But you must hold fast to humility. Pride is the enemy's last weapon. When blessings multiply, pride will whisper, 'This is your doing.' Do not listen. Speak loudly that it was God. Declare openly that heaven fought for you. The louder your gratitude, the stronger your shield. Gratitude is the covering that pride cannot penetrate. Gratitude is the fragrance that keeps heaven's presence near. Let thanksgiving flow from your lips daily, not just when things are smooth, but even when new battles arise. For the child who is grateful in all seasons is the child who cannot be shaken. Beloved, prepare also for divine connections. New people will enter your life, people you did not expect, people you may not even feel worthy of meeting. But they are heaven-sent. They carry keys to doors you could not open on your own. They will speak your name in places you have never entered. They will open opportunities larger than what you asked for. Do not fear these connections. Do not doubt them. Test them in the Spirit, and you will know they are aligned. Walk with discernment, but also with boldness. For these connections are part of your restoration. And do not be surprised if some old faces return, not in betrayal, but in repentance. The very ones who hurt you may come back, not to steal again, but to confess. Some will weep before you. Some will try to explain themselves. Some will seek forgiveness. Ask the Spirit how to respond. Forgive, but do not forget. Release them, but do not rebind yourself to their schemes. For forgiveness frees you, not them. And you must remain free. Beloved, prepare also for divine connections. New people will enter your life, people you did not expect, people you may not even feel worthy of meeting. But they are heaven-sent. They carry keys to doors you could not open on your own. They will speak your name in places you have never entered. They will open opportunities larger than what you asked for. Do not fear these connections. Do not doubt them. Test them in the Spirit, and you will know they are aligned. Walk with discernment, but also with boldness. For these connections are part of your restoration. And do not be surprised if some old faces return, not in betrayal, but in repentance. The very ones who hurt you may come back, not to steal again, but to confess. Some will weep before you. Some will try to explain themselves. Some will seek forgiveness. Ask the Spirit how to respond. Forgive, but do not forget. Release them, but do not rebind yourself to their schemes. For forgiveness frees you, not them. And you must remain free. Michael now speaks directly, Child of God, I have fought for you, I have covered you, and I will remain at your side. When you rise, I rise with you. When you walk, I walk before you. When you sleep, I guard you. Do not fear the arrows of the night or the schemes of the day. My sword will remain drawn until your story shines like the sun. These words are not symbolic, they are reality. Angels are surrounding you even now, taking positions you cannot see. The war in the unseen is fierce, but the victory is already yours. Now, beloved, let me seal this with a final revelation. The wealth you are about to receive is not only for you. It is seed. It is meant to flow through you to others. If you hoard it, it will dry. If you release it with wisdom, it will multiply. Become a river, not a dam. Let your life be a channel of blessing, so that heaven's flow never stops. When you give, give with discernment. When you sow, sow into good ground. And you will watch as your harvest never ceases. This is the completion of the message, but not the completion of your journey. Heaven will continue to speak. More revelations will come, each aligned with the steps ahead. If this word has pierced your spirit, then secure yourself under this covering. Subscribe, connect, and stay. For the path ahead is brighter, but it is also full of turns, and you must not miss the voice that will guide you at each one. Child, you have endured. Now you will enjoy. You have been broken. Now you will be built. You have been attacked. Now you will be anointed. Archangel Michael declares, it is finished for the enemy. It is beginning for you.